Welcome, Virgo. This is Carolyn with Intuitive Enlightenment Tarot here to do your How Do They Feel About You Now reading. This is going to be for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Welcome, cross watchers. Thank you, everybody, for like, sharing, and subscribing to my videos. It really helps with my algorithms and keeps me motivated to keep doing what I do best, okay? Or what I love to do best. Not that I do best, right? Let me clean that out. Okay, so thank you again. I'm going to go ahead and use the frequency bowls to cleanse the energies within myself as well as in the room. Using the sage to sage the decks and all the energies in the room. And we'll do a universal prayer for happiness for everyone and then get started with your reading on how they feel about you now, Virgo. Here we go. Divine Spirit and guides, please bless all universal beings with happiness, abundance, prosperity, stability. Happiness begets happiness, and misery loves company. So please bless everyone in the universe with happiness. All right. So Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, let's go ahead and get your reading. We've got the Oracle messages of divine communication and love. We have the Light Seers Tarot that we're going to use the main read, and then the Light Seers Tarot mini deck for any kind of clarifications that are needed, okay? So welcome again, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. If this is your story, claim it. If it's not, chuck it in the bucket. It's not meant to resonate with every Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So claim it. Claim what does resonate, okay? All right, so here we go. We're going to get started with the messages. All right, here we go. Divine Spirit and guides, what is Virgo's person? How does that person, Virgo's person, feel about Virgo now? What is the situation? What is the feelings and energies the person that Virgo is dealing with? How do they feel about Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus now? I have the Fool card, all right? Could be dealing with an Aries. Give me some more energies, please, of Virgo's person. How does Virgo's person feel about them now? Okay. All right, we have the Emperor card. Could have been dealing with the Aries. We have the King of Pentacles. We have the High Priestess. Please give me some more energies of Virgo's person, the person they're dealing with. How do they feel about Virgo now at this time? How do they feel about Virgo? All right, so we have the Eight of Pentacles, focusing on work, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy. I have the Devil card. They may have felt that there was a toxic situation unless Virgo's dealing with a Capricorn. What other energies, please, for Virgo's person and how they feel now? I have the Eight of Wands. Please give me the energies of Virgo's person. How are they feeling about Virgo now? I have the Four of Swords in the upright. Energies, please, for Virgo's person. I have the Five of Wands in the reverse. I have the Five of Cups in reverse. I have the Queen of Swords in the upright. And please give me one more card for Virgo's person's energies on how they feel. Okay, well, give me a couple more cards then. All right, so I feel like the Knight of Cups goes here. I feel like the Eight of Cups will go here. And the Page of Cups in reverse goes here. All right. So Virgo, your person, the person that you are dealing with, is taking a leap of faith for a new do-over. They're moving on. They're trusting that the universe has got their back when it comes to, you could have been dealing with an Aries, but I really feel like this person is moving on. They're deciding to take charge of the situation and take action. They're not sitting in the moment. They're not sitting in the feels. They're deciding that since it's been over with you guys, they are willing to trust the universe and take a leap of faith for a new beginning. They're taking up and stepping up like a boss. You could have been dealing, like I said, the Fool card and the Emperor card, both are Aries specific. But this person is deciding to take action. They're not going to wait on it. They're not going to sit on it. They're going to move out. They'll move on. They're moving on quickly, is what I hear. The King of Pentacles, they feel like everything they touch turns to gold. They feel like they are abundant. They feel like they have a lot to offer someone. They feel like, you know, that there's nothing that they need to resolve. Okay, they're trusting their gut instincts. They're trusting their gut instincts when it comes to walking away from the situation. Okay. They don't want to sit in it. They're not sitting in it, okay? So I have that they're focused on their work. They're focused on their career. They're focused on their money. Being in the King of Pentacles, that's what they do. They feel like it was a toxic situation. They feel like they separated and walked away from a toxic situation. Maybe there was somebody that had some ideation that was a little different. Y'all weren't on the same page or frequency or vibration level. So they feel like they almost like dodged a bullet, unless you're dealing with a Capricorn, okay? They realize that it was toxic. They want to communicate with you, or they are waiting for you to communicate with them. Action, passion, this is going to be text communication, email, showing up on their doorstep. So they're either expecting you to communicate with them or them to communicate with you, all right? But they're not planning on taking any energies to confront you. They don't want to, they're not the ones that, so they feel like that communication is going to come from you, Virgo, okay? The reason being is because the Four of Swords is about taking time to contemplate, retrospect, plan your future steps. They're not taking any action, so they're waiting for communication to come from you because they feel like they either dodged a bullet or they broke themselves away from something that was toxic. Maybe they were toxically obsessed with you and then they had to step away from it, because they're not entertaining bringing any messages of emotional fulfillment to you. They're taking a time out to heal, balance themselves, but they're moving on. I mean, they're stepping out there in the meanwhile while they're waiting for you to communicate, because they're saying, I'm not communicating with you with the Four of Swords. I'm not entertaining bringing any messages of communication with you because I'm not in conflict with you anymore. I don't want to bicker anymore. I don't want to fight anymore. I'm not having an inner struggle or battle. I'm walking away from it. I have walked away from it with the Emperor's energies. The Five of Wands in the upright is conflict, struggle, bickering, fighting, arguing. They're coming out of the conflict with you. They were stuck in a mode at one time about regret, about how I shoulda, coulda, woulda done something different with Virgo, but unfortunately now they let go of that energy. When they walked away, gotten to the conclusion that it was toxic anyways. They're in that Aries energy of like it was toxic anyways. It wasn't going to work. They've convinced themselves to move on. The two fives are about balance because the four is the foundation. Five is about coming out of conflict or working on the conflict and then moving on. They're using the Queen of Swords energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy to use facts and logic that it just didn't work out. It just didn't work out. And they're saying that they're not going to communicate with you, that you'll communicate with them before they will communicate with you, is what they're feeling like, okay? But they're all about open to receiving and giving love. They are in a good place. The person that is the one that you were dealing with is moving on and offering and open to receiving and giving love to new persons, okay? They're not crying in their milk anymore with the Five of Cups reversed. So let's go ahead and get some clarification, okay? So who is this Emperor? Let's do this. Who is the Emperor? What message do we have clarifying the Emperor? All right, the Emperor is being clarified by these three cards. I have the Three of Wands. This person is stepping out like a boss, putting themselves out there, being a leader, taking action. You could have been dealing with an Aries, but the person's waiting for their ships to come in. They're not sweating it anymore. They've gotten over the conflict. They've gotten over the crying over the spilt milk. They realize with the Queen of Swords energy that it was a toxic situation. They're focused on their money. They focused on being the King of Pentacles and focused on their abundance and they're trusting their instinct. They're trusting their High Priestess. They're trusting their instincts that walking away from you broke them away from a toxic situation. So they're now waiting for their new ships to come in and take stock of the situation. They're in that King of Swords energy. Okay, so be it. Let's use facts and logic. It didn't work out. The situation was toxic. There was too much conflict. There was too much inner battle, and I'm letting go of that. The Ten of Pentacles is they're out there searching for their longevity, their long-term commitment. They're looking for the one that will take them to the 50 years, is what I'm hearing, okay? Let's go ahead and hit up this Eight of Wands. I want to find out why the Eight of Wands for this person that's dealing with you, Virgo. Yeah, they feel like while they're waiting for you to reach out to them, because they're not going to reach out to you with the Four of Swords, it's about taking a time out, stepping back, planning your future actions. The Seven of Cups speaks to options and opportunities, okay? So the Eight of Wands is that they are not going to be reaching out to you. They realize that, trusting their instincts, that walking away from a toxic situation was good for them. They're thinking that you're going to communicate with them because of the options and opportunities. You may be coming and trying a do-over with them, okay? But they have a lot of opportunities and options. Let's clarify that one more card for that Eight of Wands. Yeah, they feel that there was a karmic soulmate tie, but they feel like heavily it was more on your side than theirs, Virgo. And they feel like that you're not going to be able to, with the options and opportunities that were open to you, they feel like you really are going to communicate with them, because they do feel that there was a karmic soulmate tie connection, but it was more of like an obsession. It was more like a toxic type of karmic tie, is what I'm hearing intuitively, okay? Let's go ahead and hit up this page of Cups, where they're not emotionally invested in bringing you any messages. Why? Because they're watching you. So they haven't truly let you go, Virgo. They may act like they let you go, Virgo, and they may be acting like they're living life like, like nobody's business, and that you didn't bother them, or that they're not in it to win it. but they're still watching you, keeping track of you, watching your social media, asking about you. It's not like they have truly let you go, but they are not investing in reaching out to you. All right. Let's go ahead and hit up. Yeah. The Five of Wands is being clarified by the Nine of Wands. The Five of Wands being in reverse. They were willing to stay in it. They were determined to go the 9 yards, but the conflict was just too much, and they realized that they're better off without the conflict, without the competition conflict, bickering, fighting. They just couldn't deal with that no more. It was overwhelming to them. All right, that's what I have there. Let's get some messages here. Some divine oracle, divinely guided. How does Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus's person feel about them? What is it that they really have on their mind? I have sabotage. I mess up the good things in my life sometimes. So this person feels like they sabotage the relationship. Maybe they're the toxic one, okay? Because I mess up the good things in my life sometimes. So this person may have been toxically tied to you, and their expectations of you, Virgo, they may have been putting some unreal expectations. Being in the Emperor energy, they demand, and maybe they just demanded a little bit too much, and that's how they sabotaged it, because they mess up the good things sometimes in their life because they demand too much. So maybe that was the toxic situation. Soul contract. The lessons I learned from us will never be forgotten. They do realize that, with the Lover's card and the Eight of Wands, they do want you to reach out to them, Virgo. They don't want to communicate with you because they feel strong in that Emperor energy. Well, that person, by God, will have to reach out to me. But they do believe that there was a soul contract. The lessons I learned from us will never be forgotten. I think that they were just demanding more than Virgo could give. And they wanted the action now. They were a little bit more obsessed with you, addicted to you in some way, and they were demanding you give more than what you could at the time, is intuitively what I hear, okay? So Virgo, that is your reading. Much love to you. Stay safe, stay abundant. Like, share, subscribe. It really does help with the algorithms. Until we read again, stay safe.